Hello, everyone, and welcome to another new edition of my channel. This is Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. We can choose between the two. Since we haven't got either of these on my channel currently, we are going to do the first one here. And it actually credits the people that actually drew it up. Oh my god. Wow, these are really cool. I played this game back when it first came out, the PlayStation 1, so it's really cool to see that it inspired some people to draw and make these things, and even model too. So really cool. Huh. Alright, cosplay. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Oh my goodness. Concept art of what some of this stuff could really look like. So that's really cool. Okay. And then concept stage of like early to later, it looks like. Wow. Really cool stuff. And I'm sure my team would all love seeing stuff like this as well, because this would also be inspirational stuff for them too. Like things that got drawn up. So, if you don't know, the Nosgoth stuff, that was in Blood Omen, which isn't Legacy of Kain. It's like a separate stuff of the Legacy of Kain series. So it has some lore in those games, but not. Just gives a little bit more backstory on the characters and stuff like that. So if you're wondering about Nosgoth, that's where that comes from. But this stuff is really cool. And we will be here all day if we're looking at all these. Because we're only halfway done with the list here. But you can see where it takes a lot of time to get all these models right, because goodness, having to draw all that stuff up and then having to model it and all that for the art team, that will take a long time. But you know they got it right though, because I mean the original games came out like PlayStation 1 and 2, and then it took them till PS5 to come out with remastered versions. So to get the setting right and get the things right, they took their time and added all this extra content in for people to look at and check out. So that's really cool. Character models. Okay. Well, I can't wait to really get into the story. And wow. That is awesome. Some of these weapons and some of these characters look so awesome. I am not gonna lie to you. Wow. Okay, renders. This, I think, was the original poster for the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver game. Pretty neat. Okay. Soul Reaver 2 production. Character art, enemies. So again, we'd really be here for a long time if we went through this whole thing, but we'll go through the Soul Reaver 2 one later since we went through the first 4, but that's pretty cool. Music player, and we got the original soundtracks for those. Lost levels. Huh. Interesting. So they had a demo for this section back in 1998. Wonder if it's in this full version of the game. Lore of Nosgoth. Alright. Different areas of Nosgoth. Videos. Alright, demos. Looks like the original Soul Reaver here. Oh, nope, it says Soul Reaver 2 at the top. All those are Soul Reaver 2, it looks like. Yeah, so all those are Soul Reaver 2. Interesting. Dark Chronicle. Credits. Wow, that is really cool that all that stuff is in here. We'll have to take some time. So yeah, see, there's the picture that I told you was the cover of Soul Reaver. So, alright, we're going to get into the game now, since we spent about 10 minutes looking at that stuff. So, we're going to start a new game. Game options, compass on, day night cycle on, sound, everything up a little bit, subtitles on, yep. Control options, sensitivity, we'll move it just to 6 because I don't know how. Start a new game.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow, until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony. There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead.
Cast him in.
Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Now we're only gonna play this.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Cain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nazgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Cain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul reaver, my angel of death.
Alright, so I'm only gonna play this in the remastered version, so that way, if I want to play this in the original version, I'm not ruining anything. So, alright. Alright, I think that only opens in certain things, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I played, but... Alright. We can save it. Alright. Square to attack, X to jump. And then I can also use my wings by holding X once I have them. Left stick to go, right stick to adjust the camera. Okay. Alright, so I need to unlock them, I think, as I go, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Alright.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so the switch between old and new, just so you can see what it looks like high def, and then this is what it looks like in the original version of the game. Again, original version, high def version, where you can actually see everything better. So we're going to keep everything in the high def version in case we decide we want to play the original game later to see the differences. But there might be times where we might have to adjust some stuff. But in the original version, but for now, we're just going to focus on everything in the high def stuff. Let's see, hold L2 and X for high jump. Okay. Okay.
Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Okay. Very nice.
What scabrous wretches are these?
Stua, the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
They kill both of them? Oh, just that one. Okay. Okay.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
Alright, pressing the touchpad, and then Elder God's Agent, trophy earned.
Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
They deteriorate over time too, apparently. Okay, jumping does me no good there. Okay.
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Okay. So I guess that's the only way I can go, is that way. So I guess it's the only way across.
What are these creatures?
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch.
Okay.
I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
Okay, that was pretty interesting. Well, there went most of my health anyway. Okay.
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
There we go.
My God! The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
Okay. Come here. Okay. Nice. So, do I just go in here now, or what?
The doors of the sanctuary were immovable, either barred from the inside or rusted shut. I would need to find another means of entry.
That'd be too easy, right? Okay. Okay, so it's not that way. This way, maybe. There's got to be something to stab them with, right? Come on. Alright. And come on, come up here. Come up this way. Oh, not you again. Did I kill him? Okay, I guess that worked. Kinda. Okay. Well, that at least will end them right there. I was trying to do the same thing down here on this little flame down here, but it just wasn't doing anything to them. Alright. Alright, nice. I unlocked another thing now. Okay. And I can always go back. Okay, interesting. Alright. And I need to be able to fully be done there in order to come out of my okay, so I need to be in my physical body to, and just by walking too, it refills my meter. Okay, that's good to know. All right. Dang it. Dang it. Come on. Come with me. And cast you off into this lake up here. Where are you going? You better hurry up. Good night. Bye-bye. Give me your stuff. I want it. Womb of my rebirth. Trophy earned.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss. My tomb and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
Alright, so here is where I'm going to wrap this up for now. So thank you for tuning into this opening of Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, and make sure you stay tuned for more, because we will have more soon. And you can see 27 minutes. And thank you all for checking out this opening. We'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned. All right.